So apparently, dating as a teenager is supposed to be cute. At least that is what we do watching movies. And holding, walking under the sunset, and butterflies rumbling in your stomach, and you're like, I'm in love. What? But in real life, it's actually way different. I'm speaking from a place of experience because I did have my first relationship when I was actually 15, way back in secondary school, and I can tell you for a fact, baby, that it's actually far from the fairy tale fantasies that we do hold. Now, the big question is, what then does teenage dating actually entail? Today on this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 hidden secrets that nobody tells you about teenage dating. Number 5 would blow your mind. Just coming across my video for the first time, hi, my name is simply Sam CJ, and in this channel I bring you everything inside out when it comes to the Gen Z lifestyle, from vlogs to weekly rants like this. Let's talk. Nobody tells you how emotionally heavy teenage dating can be, because at 15 I was practically still trying to understand myself, but because I was actually in a relationship, boys and love, I was still trying to understand somebody else, and because of that I always had to actually deal with mixed up of emotions. Sometimes I'm happy, some days sad, sometimes I'm even actually overwhelmed. And that's to tell you how draining teenage dating can actually be. Looking back, I've actually realized that I didn't quite have that emotional maturity to actually muster this mixed up of emotions. And that's to tell you that there's actually a limit to what we teenagers could actually take emotionally. And truth is that the first relationship actually shapes how you see yourself. Secondly, nobody tells you how distracting teenage dating can actually be. I'm going to be using myself as a point of reference. For me, I was actually thinking that I was going to be able to, manage being in a relationship and also manage being in school at the same time. But one thing I didn't realize is that I was playing a really dangerous game, because that was practically impossible. It was so bad that anytime I was actually in class, I found it difficult to actually focus in my studies, because, I was actually thinking about the love of my life, and the butterflies were actually rumbling in my stomach. Boys and love. And I was always physically present in class, but emotionally, my mind was practically somewhere else. That's for the simple reason that as teenagers, we tend to be possessive and also excited about things very easily. Looking back right now, I would not want to go through that experience again. Even though I'm currently 18, going to 19 very soon, I still don't think I'm actually mentally, ready for such kind of, emotional responsibility. The third thing nobody tells you about dating as a teenager is the fact that the relationship doesn't just involve you and your dating partner. It also involves you, your dating partner, and your whole friend cycle. In my case, my friends were actually my, love coach. Anytime I needed advice, I would just run down to them, and they would actually do come true for me. And it was so bad that to some extent, it started feeling as if this was not a relationship again. It was actually a group project. This is actually unavoidable, because as teenagers, we tend to crave for a safe spot to, vent out our emotions. And our friends are actually the easiest and safest spot to actually vent our emotions if you are actually in a relationship as a teenager. You wouldn't want to run to mama, because you would have to be scolded and explain why on earth you're actually in a relationship. The fourth thing nobody tells you is that dating as a teenager drags you to the world of curiosity. You begin to fantasize about things that are generally way bigger than you, like romance. And of course, as teenagers, we definitely want to feed on our curiosity and not allow our curiosity to rather feed on us. In the case of romance, you definitely want to settle for something like, pornography, because pornography would actually serve as the easiest way to actually feed your curiosity when it comes to romance. And of course, you wouldn't want to just, watch and pass. You would actually want to put it into practice. And as teenagers, the easiest way would actually be masturbation. In my case, I did actually settle for masturbation, and I can tell you for a fact that masturbation is actually something that you do not toil with. And I want to lay emphasis on the fact that when it comes to masturbation, when it stings on you, it's pretty much difficult to actually get over. Lastly, nobody tells you that teenage dating does not last. Period. Fact is that teenage dating only serves as a playground for you to actually find who you truly are, because with time, you tend to grow out of it. And if you try to take it seriously, you are actually preparing yourself for a painful loss. In my case, I did take it seriously. I felt like I've already found the love of my life. I did fantasize about walking under the sunset, bed, smiling, and, butterflies rumbling in your stomach. But all of those stuff were ordinary fantasies, because teen dating is just, a playground for finding who you truly are, and there is nothing more to it. If you've ever dated as a teenager, or maybe you've actually thought about it, do also leave a comment in the comment section. So don't forget to click the subscribe button and also follow me on my other social media handles. Until next time, catch you on my next weekly rant. Peace.